Awesome. We're ready.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our regularly scheduled commission meeting, March 26, 2025. The time is now 7:08. Madam Clerk, roll call.
Commissioner Bass? Here. Commissioner Irvin? Here. Vice Mayor Kelly?
Present.
Commissioner Santiago?
Here.
Mayor Taylor?
Here. As we stand for our invocation. Led by Vice Mayor Kelly.
Eternal God, our Father, we thank you for all of your many blessings. We thank you for this day. We thank you, God, for the great city of Opa-locka. Continue, God, to give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to those things which are pleasing in your sight. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it is one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. All right, so we're going into our awards, proclamations, and acknowledgements. And Madam Clerk, I see that we have two presentations on tonight. So the first one is coming from myself, well, your office, myself, Vice Mayor Kelly, and Commissioner Santiago. It's a women's history presentation. Is Ms. M here?
Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure where she went, Mr. Mayor. Oh, she's in the back.
Okay, so it's simple. We just want to tell you oh, she's coming.
She's coming.
All right, so for myself, Mayor John Taylor, Vice Mayor Joseph L. Kelly, and Commissioner Louis B. Santiago, and it reads, as we embark on this special month, we celebrate the incredible achievements and contributions of women throughout history and in our lives today. From trailblazers who fought for rights and equality to everyday heroes who inspire us with strength and resilience, women have helped shape the world and the city of Opa-locka in profound ways. So to all the women here in the city of Opa-locka, we thank you for your courage, your passion, and your unwavering spirit. And we want to say Happy Women's History Month. And that is from myself, Mayor Taylor, Vice Mayor Joseph L. Kelly, and Commissioner Santiago. And as you see, our police department is walking around passing out roses to all of our women that are present on this evening.
What a nice.
So nice. Long stem.
I hope we got enough though, because this many people.
Don't forget that we had two ladies here. Oh, we can wait? Okay.
Yeah, we good. We'll get ours on Saturday. Yeah, we'll get ours on, Mr. Mayor,
I don't even know about that today.
get ours on Saturday.
Okay, so that's from the men of the commission to the women of the city of Opa-locka, because you are our strength. You what help keeps the city of Opa-locka going. So we just want to say that we appreciate you and thank you for all of your hard work and dedication.
Amen. That was
All right. So moving right along, we're gonna turn it over to the hands of our Chief of Police for special presentation from the Police Department.
Good evening. On Saturday, February the 8th, 2025, Opa-locka units responded to 171st Street and Northwest 37th Avenue in reference to a request for emergency backup from Officer Kirby Nord. Officer Nord was en route to the city to begin his regular shift when he witnessed a black SUV speeding in excess of 90 miles an hour. Before he could react, the driver crashed into the rear of a white vehicle occupied by a family of 8, including 4 children. That vehicle was pushed into a gray SUV, causing the white SUV to be crushed between those 2 vehicles. This caused the death of a grandmother and 4 children. Today, we'd like to award our officers for their bravery, exposing themselves to the dangerous liquids that spilled from the crashed vehicles, extracting the victims from the vehicle, and beginning life-saving methods that without their help and without their involvement, many more would have perished. Officer to be awarded, Center March. Yes. Commissioners, could you come down and assist, please? Give me one, just. Yes. In solemn recognition of your extraordinary bravery and unwavering dedication, we commend you all for your heroic response to the tragic accident that claimed the lives of 5 individuals, including children, on February the 8th, 2025 in the Miami Gardens area. On that heartbreaking day, you demonstrated remarkable courage and professionalism as you arrived at the scene of devastation. Faced with an unimaginable situation, you acted swiftly and decisively, providing critical aid to those in need while navigating the profound grief that enveloped the scene. Your commitment to protecting and serving our community shone brightly as you offered comfort to victims and their families during their darkest moments. Your compassionate presence provided solace amidst tragedy, and your efforts to ensure the safety of all involved exemplify the highest standards of law enforcement. This award stands as a testament to your selfless resilience and humanity. Your actions that day have left an indelible mark on our community, reminding us of the profound impact that dedicated officers have in times of crisis. Thank you for your unwavering service and your embodying the spirit of heroism and compassion. You are truly deserving of recognition. With heartfelt gratitude, the City of Opa-locka, March 12th, 2025.
So this. So the first recognition is awarded to Officer Kirby Nord. He's also being awarded a Bronze Medal of Valor and a life-saving award. No, we do it all together. The second one is going to Officer Tyree Johnson. Also receiving a Bronze Medal of Valor and a life-saving award. Thank you. Next to be awarded is going to Officer Timothy Bourne. Also receiving a Bronze Medal of Valor and a life-saving award. I've known you for so many years, I've never knew your first name was Timothy. Right, exactly. Our next awardee is going to Officer Jasmine Ramos. Also receiving a Bronze Medal of Valor and a life-saving award. Our next awardee is Officer Rodney Jean Baptiste, also receiving, no, he's receiving the Chief's Commendation. Oh, nice. Chief's Commendation and a life-saving award. Thank you. Next awardee is Officer Marie Noel Finland. Okay. So we know who brought the peoples out. She's also receiving the Chief's Commendation and a life-saving award. Thank you. The next award goes to Officer Jamisha McKinney. Clearly, she brought the people out too. She's receiving the Chief's Commendation and the life-saving award. The next one is going to Sergeant Lowry Simon, who's also receiving the Chief's Commendation and a life-saving award. Next one goes to Sergeant Lawrence Harborough, better known as New York. He's receiving a Chief's Commendation and a life-saving award.
Casey.
Okay, well, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so this one I'm ecstatic about. I'm happy about because I grew up when this person was here. So certificate of appreciation, Opa-locka Police Department formally recognizes retired Chief of Police Cheryl Kaysen. Well, it's a whole lot to say, but I want to say this. Chief Kaysen has been retired from the city of Opa-locka for years, and y'all know, you, like Commissioner Bass just said, you never knew that she has been retired. She has never stopped working and serving in the city of Opa-locka. No matter in what capacity you need her to, she's always a phone call away. If you need advice, if you need somebody to fight for you, if you need a prayer, if you need to beat somebody up, she is right there. So I am excited to present and appreciate Chief Kaysen, retired Chief of Police, in appreciation for your continued dedication and commitment and to the residents of the Opa-locka Police Department in the city of Opa-locka. So we'll ask that we take a quick picture. Our manager, our charter officers, come down, Madam Attorney. Good right here. Look. Smile. Smile. Award. Love it.
Officers dismissed.
Never gonna forget that. What? Ah.
You're welcome anytime. My perfect department. Always.
Okay. So again, we thank We thank Opa-locka, and we have in the city of Opa-locka the best officers, the best police department in the USA. I don't care what y'all say. And I do want to say this: shout out to Madam Manager and the police chief, because even they followed this all the way through. Our officers went all the way to Homestead the day of that service.
Yes.
So I just want to tell you all, thank you for a job well done. You all represented the city well. So we
Amen.
appreciate it. We
Yes.
appreciate you. So we're going on into item 6, which is the approval of the consent agenda. Do we have any pulls, deferrals, or deletions at this time?
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago, you say yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I want to pull up for discussion, number 11.
Number 11.
Is that for the consent agenda?
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
No, this is, yeah, but this is not for the consent agenda. The consent agenda 111.
Okay.
Yes. Please.
Okay, we're gonna ask that the audience keeps the noise down. We're gonna ask that the audience keeps the noise down. We have to continue business. Thank you all. So, Commissioner Santiago, you said you're pulling number 11. Any other pulls? All right. No other pulls, hearing none. All right, can I have the approval of tonight's agenda?
Move it.
Moved by Dr. Bass,
Second.
second by Commissioner Santiago. Second by Commissioner Santiago. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Irvin,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago,
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, so we're going to the approval of minutes. I'll read all of the dates into the record and we'll vote all at once.
Mr. Mayor,
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
we need approval of agenda.
I'm sorry. I thought we did. Okay. Can I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda? Moved by
Second.
Vice Mayor, second by Dr. Bass. Madam Clerk?
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago,
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, going to the approval of minutes, I'll read them all for the record and then we'll take one vote. So we're approving the regular commission meeting minutes, January 22nd, 2025, the regular commission meeting minutes, February 12th, 2025, the special commission meeting minutes, February 25th, 2025, the regular commission meeting minutes, March 12th, 2025. Can I get a motion?
Mayor,
Second.
I'm
Mayor
sorry.
Taylor, yes, because this is not under a consent item, you'll need to do these separately.
You try to get away with that, Mayor.
I was. But you could have said that, Madam Attorney, when I announced that I was going to do that. All right. So can I have a motion to approve the regular commission meeting minutes for January 22nd, 2025? Moved by Vice Mayor Kelly, I'm sorry, second by Commissioner Dr. Bass. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Santiago,
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, can I get the approval of the minutes from the regular commission meeting, February 12th, 2005? Moved by Vice Mayor Kelly,
Second.
second by Commissioner Irvin. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
Okay, the approval of the special commission meeting minutes, February 25th, 2025, moved by Vice Mayor Kelly, second by Dr. Bass. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, last but not least, the regular commission meeting minutes, March 12th, 2025.
Move it.
Moved by Vice Mayor Kelly,
Second.
second by Commissioner Santiago. Madam Clerk?
Vice Mayor Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Bass.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0.
All right, do we have any District 1, District 2, or state reports at this time?
No, Mr. Mayor.
All right, so I do see that we have a public presentation from Heal Grow Thrive. You have the floor,
That one.
Ms. Rachel.
Good evening. My name is Rachel Badilla, and I'm an LCSW, a licensed social worker.
And I am also the executive director of Heal, Grow, Thrive. I want to start by thanking you for the rose and thanking you, Mayor Taylor, Vice Mayor Kelly, and all commission and interim city manager for this opportunity to share with you what we do. I had the great opportunity of meeting with Assistant City Manager Ellis and Ms. Walker a few months ago. And they gave me some insight as to the needs of the mental health situations going on in Opa-locka. And they gave us, as a result of that meeting, we have expanded a lot of the services that we offer. So if you give me a few minutes, I'd like to share with you what we do. We currently have a center in Liberty City, in Tacosi. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. We've been there for 4 years. We also service Miami Gardens, Miramar, Plantation, and we're here to offer the city of Opa-locka the same services. We have created a very unique way of approaching mental health. As we know, a lot of our communities struggle with understanding what mental health is all about, and there's a lot of stigma associated with it. So we have created a program that's very open. In addition to the mental health services, as a result of my meeting with Mr. Ellis, we have expanded our services to partner with Dr. Rosalind Pascal that's here that will also share some words. Pediatrics, they've been around for 70 years. And Mr. Lawrence Hall from New Life Resources to offer a comprehensive package for the city of Opa-locka. So the way that we offer mental health and the way that we create programs, we're not here to tell you what you need because every city is different and every city has different needs. So what we have done in Liberty City and in the cities that we service right now is we have come and worked with the community leaders to create the programs that are needed. When I spoke to Mr. Ellis, he did mention that Glorieta Gardens and the Cordova Courts Apartments may need some services. So we're here to create. We're just here to share with you what we do, but not what you need, because you will have to share with us what you need. Our specialty right now is it's working with children from 4 to 17. We have a very important program that we have created that is a very safe space for children. We service over 100 children right now in Liberty City and in Miami Gardens and Miramar areas, where we offer them an after-school program. We do a Saturday program for them, and we do summer camp as well to help them deal with their anger management and reduce, hopefully, gun violence and other situations that we're dealing with in the community. So we'll expand on that. But with that said, I want to give the opportunity for Dr. Pascal, because I know we don't have a lot of time, to share with you what they offer and what they would bring to the table along with us if you give us this opportunity to work with you. So Dr. Pascal.
It's a pleasure being here at this time. This is the first time I've ever been in the city of Opa-locka, or should I say in the city, but not in the hall. My name is
Welcome.
Thank you. My name is Fletcher Pascal. My wife, it was Dr. Rosalind Hester Pascal, MD, PA. She is my wife. She passed away in 2017, and I'm the distinct honor of being her husband at that time. And we met at University of Florida, and that's where we met. I'm a doctor of pharmacy, and she was a doctor of pediatrics. And we later on, after she passed away in 2009, well, Dr. Dizelle Simpson, if you're familiar with her, started this practice in 1953. Today, that practice is 72 years old and is still going. Now, my wife joined that practice in 1977 with Dizelle to help her along with the practice because it was very active and very busy. Later on, in 1995, Dr. Dizelle Simpson retired from practice. She sold the practice to my wife. And we had one office on 54th and 10th Avenue at the time. And we were very fortunate and blessed now that we have, well, the 10th Avenue and 54th Street is moved to 79th Street at Northside Shopping Center because of the construction of a apartment building. Then also we moved to another office at Jackson North Medical Center. And we have an office there. And then later on, we created another office in Plantation. So we've gone from one office to 3 offices. And the beauty of this, though, is that when my wife graduated from medical school, I was very pleased, to say the least. But my real ego, or should I say very difficulty in getting into this room, was when my daughter graduated from medical school and completed her pediatric residency in '09. So I'm a big papa with a big inflated ego because she has taken over the practice. And my son, he runs the operation. I used to do the day-to-day maintenance of it. So he kind of took that over. And they told us, me and my wife at the time, you only take a vacation. So I thought about it. And I thought that was a good idea. You know, we take a vacation, they're taking it over. But then I figured it out. They were going to change the keys on me. So I said, no, I'm not going to retire. Thank you for your time.
Good evening. My name is Lawrence Hall. I am a former teacher of 25 years at Dade County School Board. And not only am I a former teacher of the Dade County School Board, I am now the owner and CEO of New Life Resources. It is my distinct pleasure to be here. We appreciate the time that you're allowing us to be able to speak. And very briefly, I'd like to also let you know that we have a collaboration of mental health, but we're also a Dade and Broward County school partner. So what does that mean? That means that we are providing social services to all of Title I schools, including Opa-locka. And so, and not only that, I have the pleasure of being a resident of Opa-locka. And in doing so, in the collaboration that we have put together, we came to a point that the mental health, social services, medical, pediatrics, as well as medical for the adults, we decided to turn this into a one-stop shop. So in the office that Dr. Pascal did not mention, I like to mention, we are DCF. And what does that mean? We are an access partner. So what we provide Medicaid, food stamp, cash assistance. We also, as opposed to the Medicaid, food stamp, cash assistance, 30 days, what the parents, the students, and the communities would do, they would have an appointment. And as opposed to 30 days, or as opposed to going into an office and going on the computer, or either going online, they can make an appointment in our office and be approved within 24 to 48 hours. And we would like to extend those services in the city of Opa-locka, if you would allow us to. I know that there are several resources, but we have additional resources that we like to provide to the schools, the students, the community, to everyone. Our demographics with New Life Resources extend all the way from West Palm Beach to Homestead. And what we are doing, we have within our network, we assist with Medicaid, food stamp, cash assistance, first time home buyer, shelter, a food pantry, mentoring program for the mothers and the youth, and 500 role models program, and a host of more. I'm just a pleasure. I'm just ecstatic today. This is my first time being here. I'm ecstatic to bring these resources to you and to your community. I think it will be a great partnership with the city of Opa-locka. This is something that we've been discussing for a while. I've been a resident for, well, really didn't want to tell my age, but but I've been a resident for about 40 years. So if you would allow us, we would love to extend these services. We are not only a partner of Liberty City, but we are a partner of Homestead Police Resource. We are a partner of City of Miami Resource. We are a partner of Miami Gardens Resource, and the only one that's left out is Opa-locka. So we would love to partner with you at your leisure. We'd love to meet with you so that we can pretty much allow these services to be assisted in York County as well. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
So I would like one more minute. I know we've gone over. Thank you, Mr. Ellis, for giving us the recommendations, and we have taken his recommendations, and that's why we have expanded the services to really offer a one-stop shop solution to cater to the needs of mental health and other social services, along with pediatric, psychiatric, and other needs of the community. So I hope you give us the opportunity to offer these services. We've discussed maybe, I spoke with Mr. Commissioner Santiago and City Manager Lawson of maybe providing us with a space so that we can create these programs for the city of Opa-locka. And I hope you give us that opportunity. So thank you for the opportunity tonight to even speak with you. So thank you.
Thank you. So I just want to say thank you all for coming to the city of Opa-locka. And I want to say, Dr. Pascal, your wife is a shero. Like you saw, I went ear to ear with smiles, and so did because we remember her and and the great work that she's done in pediatric care. I know that the city of Opa-locka is about to launch its social services department pretty soon once the manager puts her tweak on it. So we will definitely be in touch with you all. And we thank you all because mental health is a taboo conversation in many communities because a lot of people are ashamed of it, but it's a needed conversation. So we thank you for bringing that to our forefront, and we appreciate you. So I want to open up the floor to my colleagues to see if they have any comments or concern. Commissioner Bass?
Thank you so much. What you presented to us has always been a dream of mine since 2018 to see in the city of Opa-locka. If I may, I would like for you to add one thing to that, if possible, job readiness. And when I say that, teaching resume writing and how to dress appropriately for that job.
If you give me the opportunity, we have a program, our Keystone program that we do in Heal, Grow, Thrive is a psychosocial rehabilitation program that focuses on teaching kids life skills, where we touch on everything from resumes to etiquette to how to eat properly, what to eat, how does that affect your mental health, how to deal with your anger. We really give them a very different approach than most mental health centers. If you come, hopefully one day you'll come and visit our center, or we'll have one here. But even the environment when you come into our centers is completely different. And I'll send you a video so that you can appreciate it. Because we feel the environment is very important. So when you come into our centers, it already lets you know you're in a different place. And we really make them feel it's a safe space for children. This life skills program that we offer, we do it over the summer. And I've had kids that have been with me for 3 years. And you know what happens when you teach them and you change them and you just create a space for them to make mistakes and learn from them. And you take the time to teach them, the families lean in. So the moms come in, and when you really take that stigma off the table and you let them know that we all need someone to talk to every once in a while. We all have things that we're dealing with. We all have something in our lives that have bothered us, and it's okay. We can process it. It's okay to be angry. I tell them, you know, we're all human. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be hurt, right? It's just what you do with that. And these are very, very important skills that, I don't know, back in the day when I was in school, you know, they used to teach us, we had home ec. And in home ec, they used to teach us a lot of these things, but they've taken away those life skills. So now these children don't have many places to get this. And I wish today I took them on a field trip, and I wish you guys would see children that have been with us for 3 years that when they started would get into fights every single day, now are able to sit and breathe and go through a meditation, and they'll tell you, breathe in, Miss Rachel, calm down, and it's really magical to see. So I hope that I invite you all to come out and see it, because we have a program every Saturday, and now we did a spring fling for them, and we have a summer program that we do that I would love to do here. And as I said, we have a very unique way of connecting with these children because we make it fun for them. So they're learning how to apply all these skills into their life and their everyday life, but they don't even really understand that they're learning because they're having fun. I feed them well, we have fun, I give them a lot of discipline and structure, but in a very safe and fun environment.
Okay, and I don't know if anybody else. I have one question, and then we're gonna close it. Do you all deal with children with autism?
Yes,
Okay, so what's the age? I know a lot of a lot of the programs that we have around us. Children age out, I believe, at 23 or 25.
right.
So they have nowhere else to go. Do you take on those?
Actually, our
Okay, I see you
first
shaking your head.
program,
Okay.
our first
All right.
program that we started at Heal Grow Thrive was to help young adults, because they're not children
Okay,
anymore.
well,
Young
young
adults
adults, I'm sorry.
with autism that really didn't have any other programs, and we're very
Okay.
successful. We, we did a lot of meditation. We did
Okay.
a lot of resources that we provided them with. But again, every community is different. So if you allow us the opportunity, we would come in, we would sit down with your social services, like Mr. Ellis gave me a lot of insight, and we would address your specific needs, and we will find the specialist, the psychiatrist, to address the specific needs of the city of
Okay.
Opa-locka.
Thank you. Any other, Commissioner Santiago?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, can you repeat your name, please?
Rachel Badilla.
Richard Badilla, Miss
Rachel.
Richard Badilla.
Yes.
Okay. I'm very excited, okay, with the presentation that you do, especially that I see that you have one word in you that make you powerful, and that word is love.
Thank you.
And that's what we need in many people of the great city of Opa-locka, and I want to welcome you to my city because I'm going to do the best to one of these days have some kind of program to helping out children and out teenagers and other people that they really need that kind of help here in my city.
Right.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
just
so much,
continue
and
with my
I hope,
support.
I hope we can work that with you.
Yes. And Madam,
I think that he want to say something.
Just one more. In addition, I would like to just inform you that we are also working with, we have an MOU, a partnership with juvenile detention, where we are assisting these youth with all of these programs, with the community service hours, with the mental health, with all of the DCF. We're also partnered with other organizations for job placements
got it.
for the adults and for the children.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well,
You're welcome,
thank
sir.
you. Go ahead.
Really quick.
Commissioner.
I just want to say thank you so much for considering Opa-locka. I'm sure that we could benefit from a lot of your programming. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. Have a
Thank
good
you
evening.
again. All right. So, thank you again, Heal, Grow, Thrive. So we're moving on to our Citizens Forum. Madam Clerk, can you please state for the record how to participate in Citizens Forum?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening. City of Opa-locka Commission meetings are held in person at the Opa-locka Government Center, City Commission Chambers, 780 Fisherman Street, Opa-locka, Florida. Members of the public wishing to address the commission may do so in person or virtually. Those persons wishing to participate virtually should register prior to the scheduled meeting time on the city's website at www.opalockafl.gov. When speaking before the commission, please make sure to give your full name and address for the record. There is a 3-minute time limit for public comments. Please adhere to the decorum policy, which is a part of the commission meeting agenda. City commission meetings are aired through live stream at www.youtube.com/user/City of Opa-locka. And Mr. Mayor, at this time, I do not have any virtual public comments.
All right. So those of you that are inside the chamber, Citizens Forum is open.
Naomi Brea, 936 Cordedash Street. As you all know, I come to these meetings and I say nothing. However, this past weekend, on the corner of Rutland and Cordedash Street, we had a pipe bust. I called the emergency hotline. That was no help. He gave me another number. Instead, he told me, oh, Opa-locka is closed and we can't help you, but call Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade tells us, hey, that's not our location. We can't help you. Here's another number to a gentleman. I called another gentleman, left a voicemail. Till this day, I have not gotten an answer. Finally, after calling about 5 numbers, I had to do the who you know. Why should I have to use the who you know number to get a result? As of today, we finally got workers to the corner of Rootland and Cordedash. But here's the thing. They've been there all morning. The whole street is now flooded. I literally had to wear boots to get out my house to get into my car to get here tonight. It is flooded from Rootland all the way to Opa-locka Boulevard. Even though they're working on the corner, why is there not a pump there pumping out the waters? The whole block is complaining, and I have elderlies on that block. And of course, those that know that I do participate in Opa-locka stuff, they're coming to me asking, why is the street flooded? Why is this like this? Can we please not only get somebody to help on the emergency hotline on weekends, but also if we're doing road work that has to do with water, can we find a way to pump out the water where the residents are not stuck in their home to a flooded area? Thank you.
Thank you. Citizens Forum is still open. Citizens Forum is closed. Okay, Madam Manager. So, yeah, do we have an answer about the flooding? Because I did see it on my way here. And now it's all the way down to Opa-locka.
Yes. So on yesterday, I was informed of a water main break in the area, and I did send notification out to the elected officials. On today, we had a contractor that mobilized. It was a lot of water. That was a part of the repair process. They are out there working, and it will be finally complete in the morning. Mr. Austin, I would like for you to provide additional information with regards to this water main break, the cause, and additional information.
And while he's gearing up to address that, can we address the non-emergency number, because that's been a challenge for a while.
Yes, I'll have Miss Walker get the phone number that she's calling to find out where those calls are being directed. I do know that we have a non-emergency number for after hours that goes to our security at the front desk. I need to make sure that's the right number that she called to see why those calls were not addressed accordingly.
Okay, and do we have an MOU with the county that if we don't answer, they take over or something like that? Because I heard it was a back and forth between us and well, she said it was us and.
It was a water main break, so that was on the city.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, how are you? Austin Public Works Director. The water line that broke in this case is one of the old main lines from our water plant, and we could not turn the water off. We had to work with divers in place to keep the water flowing. Any interruption was going to shut the city down, so we chose to keep the water going. The flow of water was so great that we could not pump it anywhere. This was something that we do not have any available estuaries for us to pump the water to in this vicinity. And we are going to be pumping the water slowly away from the curb. The repair is now complete, and we are pumping the water away from the roadway. But
Relevant code of that. That's where the water plant. Oh, that's why you couldn't cut it off, because it would have affected
it was going to shut the entire city down. So we had to work on the repair on the water. We had divers there doing the repairs with the water continuously flowing.
And I think you said the timeline of completion, it will be in the morning. So I thought about that today.
The repair is complete. It's just the restoration is still taking place.
Is it still leaking or running over?
No, it's no more flow on the street. It's just the cleanup process is taking place at this time.
Oh, that's the part that will be completed in the morning.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner Santiago.
Thank you. It's a question. When that incident or accident happened, when?
It occurred on.
Can I hear from that lady again?
It was Saturday.
When that happened?
Saturday morning.
This Saturday morning.
Yes.
And today is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yes,
Wednesday, yeah, Wednesday 26. Okay. My manager know about that yesterday, Tuesday. How is that?
We were.
How is the manager know about that incident or about that problem on Tuesday? Not on Sunday or same night, Saturday or Sunday, the later.
We were working on the problem internally until we understood the magnitude of the problem.
But that happened here in Opa-locka.
Yes.
That's what made no sense. It's an emergency. It's an emergency.
Commissioner Santiago, I share the same concerns as the elected officials, and I will be addressing this with staff tomorrow.
Thank you, Madam Manager. That's the way to do it because I'm not gonna accept that there's something happened here a Saturday afternoon, and you, the manager, the one in charge in the city, have the the notices or the note on Tuesday, the 25th. What about if we have there a catastrophe or something like that?
It was
Not acceptable. No, I'm done. I'm done.
Commissioner Burns? You gotta put your mic down and turn it on.
Residents on that street been notified what was going on?
Yes, they were.
So apparently, he doesn't.
She say no.
We issued a warning to all the residents. The staff went door to door.
Hold up, Naomi. Okay, can we reissue another notice to the residents?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Commissioner Barron.
Thank
I'm sorry, to the manager. Madam Manager, can we reissue? I'm sorry, I take that back. Madam Manager, can we? 1 second, Vice Mayor.
I'm good.
Vice Mayor.
This morning.
From Saturday?
We did not start the process. We had to locate a contractor that was capable of doing the work. So
That's the reason why we have public work.
the water was flowing, yes.
Got folks stay in the area. And it was not determined to notify, I'm trying to not get my voice up. That's why.
Leave it up.
because
Leave it up, leave it up.
Yeah, I wanted it off because I have challenged already with non-responsiveness or issues when residents have challenges. Madam Manager, I appreciate you, for handling it, but I'm gonna say this in general terms. I'm tired of that. I don't like that. You're the manager. Folks are operating in their own little circles. Those days are over as far as I'm concerned. You're the manager. You have residents on the street flooded. My colleague, we find out when you find out, which is 2 or 3 days later. And not to mention the numbers that she's giving. And I know there's challenges, like the same thing, and we need money. We got 4 or 5 different numbers going all out for things in our city, and none of them reach where they're supposed to reach on time. And here we are, Wednesday. And a notice went out when? When that notice went out?
This morning.
Yes, this morning when we mobilized.
And
From Saturday. Because somebody should have known we're not going to correct this, because you just said you gotta go get somebody and mobilize. You couldn't turn the water off or it shuts the whole city down. So you knew there was gonna be water all over the place, unfortunately. So it's hard for me to fathom that nobody would have said, number one, to the manager, and number two, we need to go and tell folks today, i.e. Sunday. Sunday, here's what's occurring, and it's probably gonna get worse before it gets better, because we can't shut the system down, unfortunately. That did not occur because the manager didn't get it till when she got it. We got it. We got calls, obviously, from residents, but I like what she said. She shouldn't have to drop a name to get a response. And unfortunately, sometimes what occurs, residents have to drop a name to get something done. That should not occur. I'm looking at you and talking to the manager. That should not occur.
no.
That should not occur. And if nothing happened with Public Works, happened with other departments, and it should not occur. So folks that are sitting around here that think they can operate in their own little hole and then come out when they want, you're the manager. You're the manager. We're the elected official, you run day to day. But for the resident to come here and say, I got 4 or 5 numbers, trying to find waters all over the place, and like my colleague just said, today is Wednesday. You found out yesterday? I passed the church. Let me find out something 3 days later happened in my church. Somebody gonna be looking for another church or two. That makes sense. You got residents impacted. That makes sense.
Not at all.
And it's not just happening in your department, it's happening in other departments. I'm tired of it happening. Hear it all the time. Hit me Monday. I look at the numbers. I call sometime. I go through the process. I know their frustration. Just had a meeting Monday a few weeks ago. A resident got to tell us about a big pile of trash at an apartment building. That everybody should have saw it way before then. When the resident mentioned it, I mentioned it, manager gets it gets done. Somebody had to see that before then. So I'm glad this occurred and since you had to come up here because I was going to bring it up in my report. I apologize to you and all the residents. Obviously, as the manager indicated, it's been taken care of. The restoration part is ongoing. I know it brings you any comfort, but at least you know. But Madam Manager, the mayor is asking those numbers to find out where they go and to have a centralized number for those emergencies, because it did happen over a lot. But I'm tired of that. I'm really frustrated because that was on my street, just like any of our streets, we wouldn't want to eat. And every resident in the city deserves the same kind of treatment and fairness and acknowledgement of what's happening. Even if you can't fix it, let them know, hey, you might need to go to the hotel for a couple of days. Unfortunately, it's just rough because we can't shut the whole city down. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right.
Mr. Mayor,
Commissioner Santiago.
last words. I'd like to say thank you to that brave resident. Hello, to the resident that bring that concern to us. Do you see? We don't know anything about it, but now we know what's going on. Thank you very much for coming.
All right, so the only thing I'm gonna ask, like I said, is that we look at those numbers to see the ones that actually work and provide those, and then do a outreach to the residents and letting them know that this is the right number, and we need a status update on that problem, that issue. One
No.
tonight and then one tomorrow once it's fully completed.
Will do.
All right, thank you, Madam Manager. All right, moving on to our action items, we're going to 1311.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, rescinding Resolution 24-124 regarding acceptance of the proposal of Florida Industrial Properties 8 LLC for the sale of city-owned surplus property identified by folio number 2129-005-1621 in relation to RFP number 24-0501200, effectively denying all bids in relation to the RFP number 24-5-0501200, authorizing the interim city manager to negotiate the sale of the property at the more recent appraisal fair market value with the Florida Industrial Properties 8 LLC, or implement a new process for the sale of said property based on a more recent appraisal representing fair market value, providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the city manager.
Can I get a motion?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Santiago. Second by Vice Mayor Kelly. Madam Manager?
An RFP was issued for the sale of the city-owned property, also known as the water tank site. One bid was received. Prior to the adoption of resolution number 24-124, the city received an updated appraisal in the amount of $420,000 for said property. It is my desire to request permission from the commission, approval from the commission, to engage with the proposed bidder to negotiate a fair market value of said property.
All right, so I'll yield to Commissioner Santiago since you pulled the item.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, to give me that opportunity. This is something that I found out Monday, this past Monday at 9 a.m. in my commissioner meeting brief. Yes. Okay, and I see that, and I don't even know about that process from before, because that happened sometime last year when I not used to be sitting here in the date. But what I say, and my question is, how that thing passed 5-0 in this chamber when we don't have, let's say we don't have, okay, but I'm part of this chamber right now, the complete information about the two information that we have here today. I got it today. Nah, Monday or not, I got it today. all the numbers and all the days and information. Why we passing that and we award already that contract or that sale to the company that coming to the bid? And I found out there's only one company coming to that bid, and they are the only one there. They do the whole procedure, the legal way, everything. And now today, what is that? March 26th, we had that in the table when already the commissioner approved that. And now we're going to come with something else. It have to be some kind of answer for that, because I see here somewhere, okay, that the first appraisal that they bring into the attention of the commissioner at that time, that bring you for $280,000. That's the appraisal that that company do for that particular land sale. Okay, and after 7 months or 6 months, we come in with another one for $420,000. Well, it's a change, yeah, but it's already they already bought for it. How can it's coming now?
Wait.
That's my question. I can be wrong.
Wait,
but
before you go on, because I
Yeah.
see where you're going with that. When did we cast that vote?
The commission approved the resolution on September 11, 2024. The updated appraisal in the amount of $420,000 was done on May 1st and sent to the city of Opa-locka on May 14th.
So you all had the new appraisal, but didn't.
I did not have it,
Well-
but it was given to the manager's office and staff on May 14th in an email.
Okay.
The commission
go ahead.
cannot vote on it because that information was not shared with the commission.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
puts
well,
the
I'm sorry,
commission
what
in
did
a
you say,
bad
Madam
spot.
Manager?
I get it. But what I am doing is I'm bringing this updated amount to the city commission, requesting approval to go back to the company to see if we can negotiate based on the updated appraisal.
Okay, yeah, when we're talking about negotiating, we're going to negotiate with who?
With the one company who submitted a proposal.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, let's see what's going on now from now on to see what are they going to say and what is the proposal that we have, because my concern is there's already be award to that company, and I don't want to see anything legal coming against the city again. We have so many, and I think it's enough to be paying here and there and spending money for no reason, for a mistake or for something that somebody do. It's not the problem for, well, now it's the problem for the commissioner, yes. But in that time, the only paper the commissioner have is that one. If something is not right here, something is going on. We don't have information on time. We receive everything in the last minute. We had to go crazy and looking for all kinds of documents to see what is the real things about it. And that's for me. I know about the situation Monday when they bring it to the commissioner brief at 9 o'clock. I don't know nothing about it, but now I know, and now I know what's going on. Let's see how can we fix that, because I don't want another lawsuit for the city. I don't.
Mr. Mayor.
Madam Manager.
And everything that I want to hear from now is from the manager. From the manager, because she's the one in charge in this.
I just have a really
Oh,
quick
I'm sorry,
question.
Commissioner.
No, I'm
No,
sorry.
it's fine. I finished for now.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm hearing you correctly. In May, this was sent to our previous administration and they held on to it, I'm assuming?
I'm not sure what happened, but it was sent to previous administration in May.
Okay. And then the previous administration, I guess, came up with the amount that we voted on.
That was the amount that you guys voted on was based on the first appraisal that was done on October 7, 2022.
That's the first appraisal.
Okay. I got it.
Okay.
I got you.
I-
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Thank-
Yeah.
the issue that I have, and this always comes up, that you all put the commission in a bad spot. The appraisal came in October 7th, 2022. The new appraisal amount came in May 1st, 2024. We did not vote until, you said September 11th,
September 11th.
September 11th of 2024.
Yeah.
So that means from that time to that time, nobody knew that this new appraisal was received by the city?
Mr. Mayor, I can't speak to that because I wasn't in this seat at that time. I was not involved in this process. When I was made aware of it, I brought it to the attention of the commission.
This stuff like this it's not you, but stuff like this has to stop. Stuff
Mr.
like
Mayor?
this, Madam Attorney.
Yes, I just want to weigh in with the manager. And I think from her standpoint, she is doing something that is totally appropriate. She's bringing this issue to you all and letting you make the decision because
We're not blaming
at
her.
the end of the yeah, no, I
We're
I
not
get it.
blaming
No, I
her.
understand.
No.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, if you were to pass this would still allow her to have those conversations with the current bidder. This is not a this has not been, there has to be a closing for this property. There has to be a sale. While we prepared the documents that would carry that through, I think that this is, a totally appropriate action on her part. And if you pass this would still allow her to have those negotiations. It may be that this one bidder, and we don't know, I haven't seen any of the information, how it went out, if it actually went out for a bid. I'm assuming that it did, hopefully. But the manager would still be able to have a conversation, and maybe that one bidder may come in at some amount that may be more reasonable for the city, because as it stands right now, it is a big gap in terms of what that previous appraisal is and what this new appraisal is, and you all may want to allow her the flexibility to at least have that conversation. The legal issues, we'll deal with them, whatever they are, but this just allows you to give her that authority, and I would certainly back her up and support her being able to do that.
Oh, Mr. Mayor.
Madam Attorney, I thank you for opining in on this issue, but however, we got that part, that she's curing a wrong. However, we have a stack of emails that go back all the way to 2022 as it relates to this issue with staff, with the administration. So there's still a systemic problem here. And the problem is that the original thing came in on October 7th, 2022, and the new one came in May 1st of 2024. And we voted months later. So people knew. The commission didn't know. It was never brought to us that the appraisal amount increased drastically. But I thank you, Madam Manager, for taking the initiative to cure it, to try to fix it, but it's still an issue. Now, I will say this, I do agree with the resolution as it is, allowing the manager to go back and coming back with a number, whatever they agree upon, whatever that number is, I'm not holding her to a number. I'm allowing her to negotiate as she is the chief negotiating officer of the city of Opa-locka, but it still has to stop.
Mayor,
Commissioner Kelly,
I
Vice Mayor Kelly, sorry.
I just made a statement previously. We're talking about the water main break, and it probably fits this analysis as well. I support the manager going back and having a discussion, but I'm pretty sure the discussion is not going to go far. I'm just going to keep it the way I see it, but I do support you going back and see if you can get a better offer. I support that. And as the attorney said, she has opined in that she will believes it's the thing that we ought to pursue or give you an opportunity because of what has occurred. And I certainly support that. I do have challenges when folks bid on things, and I remember this because I've brought it up in that meeting. Number one, only one bidder. Number two, there was such an eagerness to get this done, which caused me great concern. But having said that, it goes back to the thing that the mayor's is softly mentioning, but I'm gonna mention a little harder, is that I'm looking at documentation that folks knew. Folks knew. Just like the water plant main break, folks knew about this. They knew about this prior to because it's right here in black and white. Even if the commission had decided not to pursue that new appraisal, the information should have been given to the commission because we are the policymakers. And so to me, for that not to be given is a challenge in itself. But I do support the resolution to go back and see if you can negotiate, but more importantly, that you brought it to the commission's attention of what has occurred. And again, as the mayor said, it goes back a long ways. And I'm looking through this document and I see names and email CCs of folks that are still sitting here today, still sitting around today that know about it. I'll leave it at that, Mr. Mayor.
All right, any other concerns before
Yes,
we call the question?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I think that we have, I think the hope, I think that's part of the company. Can we listen to them, what they have to say?
No,
No?
I'm sorry. I don't think I would rather not. I would rather you, our attorneys speak to each other along with our manager and y'all come together. But this is not, I don't think this is the platform for that.
If I just can say one quick thing, I'm not going to argue.
Let's let it be the way it is, and you all can. We're not holding you all to a number. Whatever you come up with, that's what we will. You all see what the flavor.
Can I just ask a question then? It's just a question. So the resolution just says rescind or a new process. So the statement made was that there would be negotiation with the last person that bid, but the resolution just says or a new process. So I'm just asking what the direction is.
That's what we're voting on today.
Right. So I'm just asking for a
Okay.
direction.
Yes, ma'am. So, the resolution is open-ended, so it allows you to do with what you are. I see where you're going with that.
In any event, an issue, it will be brought back to the commission. So if you all approve this, we will bring it back to the commission no matter what.
Okay, so I am asking that we.
So, Mr. Mayor,
I would like you to negotiate.
That's my
Okay,
desire.
that's
My
fine.
desire is to
To
be able to negotiate. My desire is
Yeah.
not to reject. I would like to be able to
re-
negotiate.
Not to, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, when we say negotiated, what does that mean?
For her to-
Negotiated, because the point here is say to send him back to bid.
No,
No,
what we're saying now is to amend this.
amending,
Not a-
okay.
There's no amendment needed, because we're giving a direction.
She said she's gonna come back to us.
No, we're giving a direction. She has to bring it back up to sale anyway. So we're giving a directive. I don't know the how everybody feels, but I know I'm saying for you to negotiate with the person that was awarded.
Say negotiate too.
Okay, so that's two. Will we, so you have the will of the, well, no, we don't. I'm sorry. Yes, three. So you have the will, but, and bring it back to the commission at the proper time. Madam Attorney, you're looking.
No, I was just looking at the item, at the title.
She looking
what-
a little worried about it.
what- no, I'm not worried.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, me too. And the reason
What-
why
what
that I,
we- no, I'm not, sir, I'm not worried.
okay, good.
let's-
You're not worried,
No,
but
I'm not.
I'm worried that day that I asking the city attorney that you sending to my meeting, and I asking that question, and she say, no, it's not a problem. Nobody gonna do anything against the city.
When did
That's
you
what I
have-
heard
when-
from
when
her.
was this?
Make me worry.
When was this? We have not had a meeting on
Okay.
this issue.
Okay, can we,
That's
I
not
wanna,
accurate.
I wanna close this conversation. I wanna close this conversation. Madam Attorney, the will of the commission is for the manager to, you heard from myself, you heard from Commissioner Urban, you heard from Commissioner Bass, you heard from
Commissioner Santiago. sir.
Commissioner Santiago and Commissioner Kelly. Are you okay with her negotiating?
I don't like these, the resolution speaks for itself.
That's what I'm,
The manager told you what her intention is and it's on the record. We don't need to get into these side discussions. The resolution speaks for itself. The manager's told you on the record what her plans is and she's speaking to her bosses. So if she do something else than that, then as her bosses, we would hold her accountable. Deal with the resolution on the item. That's how you deal with that. She's made it clear her intent to go and negotiate. She's hearing loud and clear what the commission is saying. So we don't need to do anything else but deal with the resolution to allow her to do that. She's very clear on it.
got it. That's why I'm trying to close the conversation. So we're all good. We're all on the same page. Madam Clerk, you can call the question.
Commissioner Santiago?
No.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Urban?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly?
Yeah.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-1.
Moving right along to item 16A1.
An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, approving the selection of Leasing Two, Inc. to finance the acquisition of the city's new street sweeper with a 3-year capital lease, an interest rate of 5.89% and 3 annual payments of $104,490.44. Providing for incorporation of recitals, providing for an effective date. This is sponsored by the city manager.
Move it.
All right, this is an ordinance.
Second for
So-
discussion.
It was moved by Commissioner Urban, second by Commissioner Santiago. Madam Manager, go ahead and present, and then we'll open up for public hearing.
Staff has recommended the acquisition of a new street sweeper due to the excessive malfunction of the current equipment. Three quotes were obtained to analyze financing options. Leasing Two, Inc. offers the best leasing proposal. If approved, payments will commence in October 2025. I can also have Mr. Bob Anathan approach the podium if you have any additional questions.
All right, so this is a public hearing item. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is closed. All right, Madam Manager, real quick, you said that it will commence in October 2025, so next
Yes.
year's budget. So it's
Yes,
it won't
next
affect
year's
it. Okay.
budget.
All right, that was my concern. All right, any other questions or concerns to the manager, or we can call the question? All right. Hearing none, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Bass?
Wait, I'm
Yes.
sorry. You said you wanted to open up the discussion. You had something to say?
No, you already closed, man.
No, I did not close.
Well, but it's fine with me. Okay. We already purchased one long time ago, and we could doing another one.
Okay,
If I'm only one vote.
got it. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Bass?
Yes.
Commissioner Urban?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago?
Oh, yes.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0, first reading.
All right, moving right along to item 16A2.
An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, adopting a complete streets policy to create a safe, accessible, and multimodal transportation network for all users, providing for implementation measures, responsibilities, and design standards, providing for incorporation into the code, providing for conflict and repealer severability, and an effective date. This is sponsored by the interim city manager.
All right, can I get a motion? Moved by Vice Mayor,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urban. Madam Manager.
The Complete Streets policy will establish a commitment to design, build, and maintain roadways that accommodate all modes and users of transportation. It also broadens the city's mobility goals. The policy has been created and is being presented today for adoption. I also have Ms. Adelina Gross here to answer any questions you may have.
All right. This is a public hearing item. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is closed. All right,
Mayor.
Vice Mayor Kelly.
I agree with the safe, accessible, all those wording that make it sound good. My question is really simple. We got a lot of sidewalks currently that are either half, up and down, whatever. Tell me how creating this policy is going to be able to work towards getting us to that um, safe, accessible, and multimodal transportation network.
Good evening, Vice Mayor.
Wait, while you're answering that question, I want to add to that. Also, we never address issues that are already in place. For example, 17th Avenue coming around that bend, that we, what was it, Commissioner Williams, what was it, Jan Avenue? And also, there's no crosswalk over here from the train station to on the other side. So, yeah, please.
So as part, Adelina Gross, CIP Division Manager, as part of the safety analysis that was concluded last year for the Safest Streets for All, this is the policy that has been created for the city. The idea of the policy is to make a standard for the city to create, once we are constructing new sidewalks or replacing sidewalks that are uneven, crack, or any other defects that they may have, we build them to a standard that will be a minimum of 5 feet with ADA ramps in all intersections, and also adding crosswalks where are needed. Regarding the issue of crosswalk in Alibaba, we did request funding for the and actually it's not only crosswalk. We need a high traffic crosswalk in that area because of the speed of the cars and trucks going through Alibaba. We did requested funding. We also requested support from Miami-Dade County. It was not approved last year due to funding concerns from FDOT. And that because we did requested through the TAP grant, the Transportation Alternative Program grant from FDOT. It's going to be brought back to the county to do a study because they did not approve basically to install a crosswalk since it was too close to a railroad. It didn't make a lot of sense for us because we see the traffic every day, and they also have a camera on that area that counts the people that crosses that intersection.
Oh, Commissioner Kelly said, Vice Mayor Kelly said the floor, and I chime in.
I'm waiting on my answer.
For your answer, sir, as mentioned before, with the new sidewalks that they are going to be constructed, replaced, or within the city, they will be built to a standard. We have areas in the city that have no sidewalk at all. Those are the ones that we are trying to reduce the gap of the mobility on those sections. For replacement of sidewalks, I know Public Works have a program that they are working on currently within this year's budget for replacement of crack and uneven sidewalks.
Okay, well, Ms. Mayor, well, maybe they need to come up because see, when we pass things like this and residents see this and they see complete streets, policy, safe, accessible, et cetera, for everyone. But if you got sidewalks that are uneven or cracked or whatever going on right now, it's good for the new sidewalks. I got you, the handicap accessibility, but what are we doing about those? And so I want to know about that program, because in passing this is more for futuristic. I guess that's because your funding is, like you said, even for something we passed before, we didn't get the funding. So now we're reapplying again, trying to get funding for it.
Yes.
Okay, is that something, well, how much was that? Because I think one of them was, as you mentioned, the area over here. I think it was another area near the school maybe or something. We're trying to get funding for the kids coming across, wherever it was. We didn't get funding for any of them.
For the crosswalks, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Austin, Miami-Dade County did a study and they did not recommend a crosswalk.
Oh, they did not recommend.
They did not recommend a crosswalk.
From the Tri-Rail station? How does
No, for the school.
Over the school?
For the tri-rail station, we will be requesting a new traffic study for that area. They just simply deny at that moment because they said it was not feasible because the railroad crossing was too close to that area. But
Are they
yes,
waiting for somebody to get hit before they put it there? I mean, what's the rationale?
there is no rationality from my point of view.
I'm sorry, Vice. Go ahead. You still have the floor.
Well, it's a point that's worth notating because they figure it's not a high priority. And so we're going to reapply for funding from the same entities that didn't feel it was a high priority. Are we looking at another source of funding?
We are looking at additional sources of funding as part of the safety plan that we did. This is basically the first step for us to get additional funding for complete streets and renovation on the roadways. So for the safest streets for all, we create the plan first, the adaptation plan that is the one that we will be adopted today, including the standards and policy. And once we have that in place, we can apply for additional funding for projects. And that pool of funding is bigger and it's basically federal.
Okay. So basically, we got to create the plans and the paper, then go after the money to actually keep folks safe.
Yeah.
That's a hard sell to a community. But I still need to hear, thank you for your answer, but I still need to hear Mr. Mayor through the manager because as I said, while we're doing these safe streets or whatever, we got these ongoing issues. So you mentioned that we have a program going on now. So maybe that can encourage residents to know that we have not forgotten about those who have sidewalk issues already.
Arias and Public Works Director. The program that we have right now, as Adelina said before, the standardization is asking for sidewalks to be a standard 5-foot width. Currently, the sidewalks that we have in the city are narrower. So we have instituted a program where we're bringing in a company that assesses the needs around the city, and we systematically grinding the sidewalks to make them safe. So all of the sidewalks that are uneven are being ground down so they're safe and does not present a trip hazard until we could replace them with the wider sidewalks.
Mr. Mayor, then, okay, so you grind it down. How's that process? Who has that list? Where are they at now? How does that work?
We have a list in Public Works. We could provide it to the manager for your review.
Citywide?
Citywide, yes, sir.
So that you've identified are, need to be grinded, whatever.
Yes, sir.
So until you get to them, what is done in the interim?
There's not an interim fix for those sidewalks.
Okay, so for folks who may be walking, just walking wherever on the sidewalk, we don't have any
We
kind of.
we mark the sidewalk with high color paint to make it visible.
So okay, so you,
That's the interim fix.
now you Madam Manager, you sure now? Because, I'm going to look for the markings tomorrow. And
sir.
if I don't see them, because I get those complaints when people walk. They walk, I'm not a walker, but I get people who walk and they say I'm challenged because when they're walking, sometimes they're not even. When they see the new ones, they see the yellow, the handicap, they like that. But some of them in the neighborhoods already, and they're walking, they're getting older, can't move as fast. And so if we're marking them, that's great, because I know we can't get to all of them at one time.
Right.
So you're saying we mark all of those in the city with some kind of
Yes,
whatever, green, yellow, whatever.
red.
And the manager you'll give the manager that list?
I'll provide the manager with a list of the assessed sidewalks.
Okay. Okay, I'll hold off right there on that one, but okay. I think you understand my concern. Okay,
Mr. Mayor?
thank you.
Commissioner.
I might be a little wrong, I'm not sure. But when we start repairing or replacing cracked sidewalks, I'm at Shabundi every day walking. Not always the same time. There's a lot of broken.
That has been identified. That has been
You
identified.
see the markings?
No, I was there today. I didn't see no markings, but it needs to be done because I'm not the only one that's out there walking. There's a lot of us that walk different times, and
We're we're kind of laughing, but it's a serious matter.
It's a serious matter.
And so, Madam Manager, we'd like to get that list. And the Commissioner said she's walking Shabani, she didn't see the markings. I wasn't referring to Shabani, other areas the resident brought to my attention. So I'd like to see it and make sure that we do identify them, not with a cone, because somebody take that out, but at least with the markings or whatever we can. And for those that are really severe, how we can do that, because that's a major challenge. Thank you.
All right,
Uh,
and we'll go ahead.
I
he has
just want,
something to
I just
add.
want to bring the concern of Commissioner Irvin. We have identified the area. The area has been secured by Public Works, and they will be replaced with additional areas to walk around.
Thank you. I don't know.
No,
Is there something you want me to check?
I just want us to keep in mind the traffic study that was supposed to be done in the city. I know we're off subject really
Traffic
quick, but the
study.
traffic study. And I know Commissioner Williams wanted one when she was here on Jan Avenue, right after that crash, that major crash into the.
Actually, we included that as part of the safety analysis, and that was identified. The recommendation there is to place stop signs and additional and possibly a stoplight on that intersection.
Okay, so where are we now with that? Because that's been since last year. It's because it shouldn't take that long to install a stop sign, no?
I will follow up on that.
Okay, and the other thing is the traffic study that includes 17th Avenue. That was done, we asked for that a couple years ago. Coming around that bend,
I
100,
can look
140.
into it and follow up on it.
They tore down the fence over there and tore up.
Yes,
Well,
it's
she
really,
knows
really
this.
bad, yeah.
5 cars, and thank God no kids was out there. But every other month there's an accident. They hit a school bus. They did the situation that happened last week, and we have to stop being reactive. And I just want the city to be proactive.
I will look into it.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, really, really
Mr.
quickly,
Mayor?
is there a way, because I recently was in a ritzier neighborhood and where
So you don't think we're a ritzy neighborhood?
we don't have that kind of money, but like for Jan, because it's a bad avenue, that they would allow us to do it's a illumination. You cannot miss the reflectors on the pole that leads up to the stop sign. Could you maybe see while you're talking, they would allow us to do that on our stop signs that are, run frequently?
We can look into it.
Yes, thank you. We don't have that kind of money, but
Mr. Mayor.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Commissioner Santiago, and then we'll go ahead and call the
Thank
question.
you. To Commissioner Irvin, listen, Jan Avenue is not a bad avenue. It's the people that not respect the law there. Yeah. It's a very nice road. Yeah, but everybody talking about safety and no kind of regulation, stop sign, red light, and all that. But we forgot about what we've been talking for so many months or years or whatever in days, a study for the traffic, is the speed bumper. Especially in that avenue the Commissioner Irvin mentioning, Jan Avenue, Ama, by us up there. Okay, the accident that I see there in that corner between Jan Avenue and Ahmad, they very, very ugly and bad. That's bad. And I know that you say something in that meeting on Monday, the fire department, they don't like it to have it, but that's the fire department. We have to be worrying about the resident in that area to be safe.
So
To be
the-
safe.
so
That's
this-
safety.
Speed bumpers as the regular standard design that we used to see that we are used to see on every other street are not recommended for emergency services because that adds time to and delay to the response. And they have, yes. What is being recommended and is a little bit more costly, but it has a better efficiency is the race intersections. As part of this of analysis and the recommendations that we receive, and that's where we are trying to apply for funding and later this year is to bring race intersections into some streets in Opa-locka, including Jan, Ahmad, and actually Burlington Street.
Race intersection, just as we have it here on Purvis Avenue. So you see where the pavers are?
Mhm.
That's a race intersection, so that immediately the driver has to at least slow down.
It's always going to depend how far away they are, each corner that you're going to fix. Because if you do that, let's see it in Jan Avenue by the circle, and we're going to finish soon. She had to go to.
I'm about to say,
Yeah, okay.
the man's giving us the eye.
Not a problem.
There are
Not a problem. The only thing that I say always for Opa-locka is the hard weight rules that they want to put to us, the fire department, whatever. Okay, but all the city have the bumpers and nobody say anything. They don't say anything to them. Coral Gables, Miami Spring, they have it. Okay, it mean, and the fire department did not complain. I want safety in this road. I hope that I don't see so bad accident there in that intersection. Let's see what we have to do. But I want the speed bumpers. That's what I love to see it in that road. Thank you.
Commissioner Bass, we
Yeah, let's
rushing
go,
for you.
Commissioner Bass.
Today is Commissioner
Yes.
Bass's wedding anniversary, and she's trying to go home. That's why she keep giving us the
Yeah.
eye.
The
But she said
husband
she
is
don't want to
there.
leave.
The
So,
husband is
You can go-
downstairs.
if no other concerns with this item,
We
go
can
ahead.
vote to have you leave.
Go ahead.
Did he bring a limo?
Oh my God, focus. Call the question, Madam
Oh,
Clerk.
Commissioner Irvin,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Baz.
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes,
Motion passes 5-0 first reading.
16-3.
An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, adopting the Safe Streets for All Comprehensive Safety Action Plan to enhance transportation safety, improve infrastructure, and promote equity mobility throughout the city in conformity with Section 163.3177 Florida statutes, providing for incorporation into the code, providing for conflict and repealers, severability, and an effective date, sponsored by the interim city manager.
Moved by Vice Mayor Kelly,
Second.
second by Commissioner Irvin. Madam Manager?
With the assistance of Vision Zero, the city has developed a Safe Streets for All comprehensive safety action plan, which highlights transportation safety challenges and countermeasures to reduce traffic fatalities and serious injuries. It is now being presented to the City Commission for adoption, and Ms. Adelina Gross can elaborate if you have any questions.
All right, this is a public hearing item. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is closed. Any questions to the manager? I remember this presentation. Any questions to the manager or Ms. Gross as it relates to this item? Nope. Madam Clerk?
Vice Mayor Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago.
Yes.
Commissioner Baz.
Yes.
Commissioner Irvin,
Yes.
Mayor Taylor.
Yes.
Motion passes 5-0 first reading.
All right, moving along to the last item of the night, 16-4.
An ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Opa-locka, Florida, adopting and enacting a new code for the City of Opa-locka, Florida, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, providing for a penalty for the violation thereof, providing for the manner of amending such code, and providing for such code and this ordinance when it shall become effective. Sponsored by the City Clerk.
All right, can I get a motion? Moved by Commissioner
Second for both.
Bass, second by Commissioner Santiago. Madam Clerk?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. As part of the City of Opa-locka recodification project, Civic Plus conducted a complete review of the city code to address areas that were outdated and inconsistent. The ordinance before you will incorporate the updates provided by Civic Plus. In addition, the city's land development regulations is being codified for the first time ever as part of the new code. A link to the new code has been provided via email for your review. I am available to answer any questions at this time.
All right, this is a public hearing item. Public hearing is open. Public hearing is closed. Any question to the city clerk? All right. Madam.
And Mr.
Madam-
Mayor, I just want to state on the record, this is a voluminous project, and we are making some assumptions as a city attorney's office that the codes, the information was accurately put into the codes, and the amendments are reflective of how they were passed by the commission. So I just want to put that on the record, and with that, thank you.
Madam Attorney, So you did, because now you're adding to.
No, I just
Because
want.
this process has
yeah,
taken
yeah,
years
it
to come
has, and
before.
it is a voluminous project.
Voluminous
and I-
process, but I've
and
heard,
I'm letting you know that
but
there
you are
are,
supposed to be
we have,
taking on this process
yeah, we
as
have,
the attorney's
we
office.
have looked
And I
at
heard
it.
it was on your lap, because I've been
Well, no,
inquiring
it
about
was
this
not on
for
my
a
lap.
while. But since you
I-
brought up this voluminous
Yeah,
process,
no, this was never on my lap. This was
so
a
you
it is
never
a,
saw this.
yeah, of course, yeah.
But
But
then
what
why did you say we're assuming
but
that
what I'm
it's?
saying, we are making some assumptions that the information was Muni Code. Let me just say this. I've been doing this work for over 30 years, and I have never been a part of a recodification process. I don't even know exactly what that is. I just learned of that. In every city, what Muni Code does is it takes information from the city clerk's office and it updates the amendments. What I'm understanding from this is that they would not update the amendments unless the city passed all of these codes and ordinances at the same time. I'm not aware of this. I don't know of any other attorneys who are aware of this, but this is what they are doing with the city of Opa-locka. So I'm letting you know, for every word that has been adopted by them and taken and put into this code that you're now readopting, we have reviewed to the best of our ability, but we're making some assumptions also that this process has been reviewed by the folks that you contract with to do this work. And so, we're not in the business of, making sure that every word that they put in, nothing's been changed or
You
anything
are
like
in
that.
the business because
No.
your job as legal
Yeah.
is to keep
No.
us straight.
Well,
So
we're
should we-
assuming that
Hold on,
they
hold on.
have typed it
but
correctly.
I wasn't going to say anything, but since
Yeah.
you brought up this voluminous process,
It
I love that
is.
word, by the way.
Yeah.
Should we pull this, allow you 30 days to go word by word, line by line, and bring it back to the commission? That way you're comfortable with it. Because we've been asking for the recodification for a couple years. I've asked for it,
Right.
some of my colleagues have asked for it, and we've all got the same response.
Right. This
So
is and I don't know where you got that this is something that's been on our lap. It has not.
you're
But
legal.
what I
It goes through
understand,
you.
but what I'm telling you is what you contract with MuniCode to do is to update your ordinances. I don't know of a city that hasn't had ordinances updated for years. Okay. So for them to then say, unless you adopt everything at one time, I've never heard of that ever. If you want to wait 30 days, you can do that. It's not necessary. But
It is necessary because you
okay.
just said you are assuming, and as legal,
Yeah.
now I'm a little leery because I want to make sure that what we voted on is being uploaded to MuniCode. Madam Clerk, go because you open this door.
Yeah, no,
You
I'm
open this door.
happy to open it. And I told the clerk I would open it because I want you to know that for them, that this is not something that they typically do. They typically update the codes as you go along. As you pass ordinances every 4 or 6 months or whatever, the clerk sends it to MuniCode and MuniCode updates it into the system. I'm not aware of any process where MuniCode has taken the position that they're going to wait years before they
Hasn't
update.
this been with your office for the last couple of years?
It's nothing. What do you mean? It's been at my
You
office.
didn't know anything about the
Of
MuniCode?
course. I knew this has been going on for a long, long
Mr.
time.
Mayor.
But therein lies my point. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Madam Clerk.
So, Mr. Mayor, just to clarify, because me and the city attorney have been over this via emails over and over again, there's two processes. One is the normal codification process. Anytime the commission adopts an ordinance amending a section of the code, that ordinance is sent to MuniCode to be codified into the Code of Ordinances. The recodification process is a more extensive process that deals with outdated sections in the code. And they have MuniCode, which is now Civic Plus, I'm sorry. They review the entire code, make recommendations, and it's an attorney that works for Civic Plus that makes those recommendations. We've been in this process for several years. We've had meetings after meetings after meetings that included department directors and the city attorney in those meetings. Recommendations were made. We went over all of these changes. We discussed, what the city wanted, changes the city wanted. The attorney for Civic Plus made his recommendations. And so we've been in this process for a while. So it's kind of, surprising to get here, and we're still confusing the two different processes. One is the normal codification process, which we do on a regular basis anytime there's an amendment to the code. This is not that process. This is the recodification, meaning they're reviewing the entire City of Opa-locka code to identify outdated sections that may not be consistent with state or local law, and they address those sections, and then they provide their recommendations for us and for our legal, which is our city attorney, to review. Obviously, I don't have a law degree,
Okay, so
unfortunately.
this is what I
Cannot review that
thank you.
information.
Got it.
So,
So, Madam Attorney, because I was ready to vote, but you said what you said. So I'm uncomfortable. So I'm going to ask that you all defer this and you all educate yourselves on the recodification process. And when you are, and bring it back at the next meeting. And at that time, hopefully you are comfortable with this. And then we can move forward, because this has been going on for far too long.
Right.
And
Right. And my point, Mr. Mayor, is it should not be going on for far
Madam-
too long
but Madam
because
Attorney-
it doesn't happen
Ma-
anywhere else.
Okay.
Everything else they update. If there's a new change in the
Madam
law,
Attorney,
they automatically do that.
Got it. So what I want you to do is, because obviously you all are saying two different things.
Mr. Mayor.
Educate yourself on this. Educate who I don't want to point the finger on who's right, who's wrong, and whatever. But you are illegal. You are not illegal. Sorry, you are legal. And your job is to keep this process legal. So I'm asking as the mayor that you all defer this item to a date certain that you all can meet and bring it back to us when you all are on the same page. Because this right here, we can't do this anymore.
No, we've
did it-
gone through
Oh,
it.
no. 'Cause now you're
We-
saying you've gone,
no, we've looked at it. But what I'm telling
if
you is
wanna vote,
every.
I'm gonna vote. I'm voting no. I'm voting no. 'Cause I'm asking you to defer.
Okay, no,
Miss-
that's okay.
Mr. Mayor.
I'm fine.
Mr. Mayor,
I'm asking you to defer.
I just want to state for the record, I've never been through a recodification project either. I've been here with the city for 30 years, going on 30 years, and we've never done a recodification. So this is not a normal thing that happens on an everyday basis or that cities are doing on a regular basis. This is something that if you have an outdated code or sections in the code that are outdated and need to be updated, this is a task that they take on to review the entire code, not just one particular section. It's the review of the entire code.
So I'm gonna ask that we close this
And I need to state something else for
Go
the
ahead.
record, because right now, until this ordinance is passed, our updated code will not be available online. So right now, we're still operating off of the old ordinances, which has not incorporated any new ordinances that the commission has adopted for the last couple of years. So if
No,
you
it's
need to
been
review
longer
a
than a couple of
section that's been
years.
amended, you're not gonna view it online
So
until
can you-
this ordinance
Can
is
you all bring
passed.
it back, defer it and bring it back at the next meeting? And in the interim of that, you meet and get comfortable. Because it's not our job to do stuff, to explain stuff like this. It's your job. And if the clerk is saying one thing and the attorney is saying that she's a little leery, then I'm pulling back, because it's your job to defend the city. So if you're not comfortable that every word matches and every vote is encumbered, then we don't need to be voting on this. It shouldn't even be here. So I'm asking, but again, I'm only one vote. I don't know how my colleagues feel, but I'm asking that you defer it to a date certain, which to me is next commission meeting. And we can state that for the record, but yeah, this is, yeah.
And Mr. Mayor, one more thing. I'm sorry. So
Go ahead.
I emailed Mr. Marion, who's the attorney with Civic Plus, and I asked if this was a normal process that city go through for recodification in terms of the adoption of this ordinance after Bernadette gave me her concerns. And he responded, yes, all municipalities who go through the recodification process go through this same process of adopting the ordinance. You could only incorporate changes to the code by adopting an ordinance. You have to adopt that
She
ordinance.
is right. And my only point is I'm not aware of any city that has gone through this process in this way where it's
All
been
right,
years
Madam
before
Attorney,
they incorporate.
Commissioner Bass is
Yeah.
trying to get home to
But
her
I'm-
man
Right.
so that she can have her anniversary. I'm asking that you defer it. My colleague, okay, the date, I'm not comfortable either.
I'm
Date
not
certain will
comfortable.
be March 9th, because Commissioner Bass is trying to get home to her husband. So March 9th. I'm sorry, April 9th. I'm sorry, April 9th. And in the interim of that, you all can meet and you can familiarize yourself with the process and get comfortable. So can I get a motion to defer this item to a date certain, which is April 9th?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner
Second.
Santiago, second by Commissioner Irvin. Madam Clerk. Oh, I'm sorry.
I know you want to leave, but I'm really baffled what's going to be different.
Nothing.
What is going to be different? The mayor wants you to familiarize yourself with it. You're saying you've looked at it. What's going to be different in
Well, they're only updating it up to last year sometime, right, Madam Clerk?
Since we've been in this process for a couple of years, they're updating through ordinances through April of 2024. But they do have any updated ordinances that will be part of a supplement up to today. However, we need to adopt this ordinance first in order for them to issue that supplement.
So what's going to be different in April 9th? And what are you going to look at that's going to come back? So you're not going to make that statement you just made that gave the mayor
Yeah. Let me just say, it would, in order for me, because that's what you pay these folks for. That's why I'm putting it on the record. For me to be comfortable with this, I would literally have to, since it last has been updated, which I don't even know, it's been like more than 5 years, I think. So since it was last updated, I would actually have to pull every single ordinance, go in the clerk's office, pull every single ordinance and make sure that those ordinances match up with any amendments. That's why it's such a ridiculous thing to throw back to the city and say, city, you all should do this, because I don't know of them doing that anywhere else. And so that's what I'm telling you all. We work with MuniCode or whatever it's called now, everywhere. This does not happen. So if you'd like for me to do something that looks like that process, I can certainly look at the ones that are most meaningful or something like that. But to do their work, that is not normal. It's not usual. I'm not going to pretend like it's usual. And so, if you want to kick it back, I'll start doing something. I'll try to identify the really big deal things like land use things, and maybe pull some attorneys in here with me and look through the clerk's files or what have you, but this is really something they are responsible for doing. This is very unusual. The liability never gets put back on the city, especially after years of not updating their, the ordinances, which you pay them for.
All right, so there's a motion on the floor, and I will say this in the word of Commissioner Williams, your statement gives me pause. I'm not comfortable, but there is a motion on the floor to defer the item to the next meeting, which is April 9th. So we can vote the motion up or down, but if we stay with the ordinance as is, I'm voting no. So the motion was made by
Commissioner Santiago,
Commissioner
move it to
Santiago,
defer.
by Commissioner Irvin. Madam Clerk, we can vote on the motion.
Commissioner Bass?
Defer.
Yes. Commissioner Irvin?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Santiago?
Yes.
Mayor Taylor?
Yes.
Motion to defer passes 5-0.
All right, so we're moving on to we have no second reading ordinance, to the city manager's report.
I would like to thank the city commission for passing and approving the legislation that was presented to you this evening. I have submitted a written report to you. I did hear the concerns raised by the city commission and the residents. I do take them serious. I will be addressing those concerns with staff first thing in the morning. Updates as requested on sidewalks will be presented to the city commission as well. And I will entertain any concerns that you have at this moment.
Mr. Mayor.
No questions?
Sorry, Commissioner Irvin, and then Commissioner Santiago.
Okay. Madam Manager, can you please have staff to schedule a workshop for me and my colleagues that are co-sponsoring events with me? Because I know before, when I was doing events with the mayor, I think the clerk's office actually scheduled a workshop so that we can discuss what we're doing for the events that I can remember. I know it's the city's birthday, Juneteenth, 4th of July, and we can go as far as the back to school drive if we want. But I would like to get those things workshopped as soon as possible.
It's with the clerk's office, the sunshine
Yes.
meetings that we used to have.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll work with
The sunshine
clerk.
meetings, yeah.
Yes, I'll work with the city clerk.
Yes. Also, Ms. Gross mentioned the raised I forget what they call it, the raised intersection. Yeah, the raised intersection on Sharazad and Purvis almost took me out the game last week. So it's unleveled. If I stay on the left, and my truck is a high truck. If I stay on the left side, it's an easy go down. Unfortunately, this particular day I was on the right hand side and I know what was happening for real, for real. So I don't know if there's a way that we can make that street level off. If so, I would really appreciate that. Also, Madam Manager, thank you so much for having whichever one of our departments that did it today. They actually cleaned the pavers in downtown Opa-locka. Looks very nice. Well, I don't know how far downtown they made it, but in the area that I see on a daily, it looked amazing. I'm not sure if they are going to do the second part to that, but and I have pavers at my house that need the same thing, but there's usually a coat, a clear coat or something that they put on it to kind of give it some protection so that they stay clean. We may want to look into having that done. Um, is there something else that oh, also, um, I looked at, I'm sorry. I tried to follow us on social media and I admit that I'm learning Instagram. I'm learning Instagram. However, if my learning is going great, I realized that bingo was on March 14th. And as of today, when I was coming to commission meeting, I realized there's absolutely not one picture from bingo on our website. And that was March 14th. So of course, there was events that were the next day, they're already on social media. The pictures from those events. So of course we all know that big karaoke is definitely not on there yet. But we pay people to make this happen. And if you could look into why this ain't happening on a timely manner, I would like to know.
Definitely, I will reach out to our PR company with regards to that.
Okay, and the last thing I have for you is um if you could you tell me where we are with our HR policies and procedures?
The HR policies and procedures were drafted by the HR director and submitted to the city attorney's office. I know that they have been meeting. Maybe the city attorney has additional information, but I do know that they have been meeting and it's ongoing.
Okay.
Yes, we have been meeting. We're probably about 80% done. So they should be coming to you all soon. What has been some part of the delay is we are in also negotiations with the unions and incorporating some of the things or seeking to incorporate some of the changes in the union contract as well. So
Well, how are you incorporating the changes if the union contract hasn't even been voted
no,
on
no,
by the
no, no.
commission?
There are
one has
things
anything to do
there
with the
no
other.
no there are things that wouldn't let me say this, if you allow me to speak with you about it. They're not things that could not be done independently, but we were trying to get buy-in for a process. So but we are almost done, which is the answer to the question.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Me? Yes.
Commissioner Santiago?
Do you want to go first? You want to go home? No. You sure? Okay, thank you. Madam Manager, can I call him Madam Manager or Madam Manager, yes. Myself, I don't mind that they talk about it. I call you Madam Manager. 2 weeks ago to 3 weeks ago, I a request from you to try to clean the park equipment that we have in Glorieta buildings. Please, I have a call today again that nobody passed by it out there. And one of the concern that they have, or I have, or the city, us, is we don't need any incident there when any of these children with all these nails and broken items that we have in that park. I think it's better to take everything off of there and make that part that is belong to the city safety for that community. I like to see something, going on this week to see if we can clean it out, Madam Manager. Another thing is, I'm be very happy today with that presentation that we have for our police department to recognize the good job that they do here in the city and even out of the city. And that's something beautiful to say. Thank you to all this police department for the great city of Opa-locka. But I want to do something for the next 2 or 3 months, Madam Manager. Let's start it to see how can we implement or we hiding another 5 or 6 police officer that we need here in the city. I be reading about population, and I think the city of Opa-locka is very close to the 20,000 people already living resident in the city. And if we see the percentage of police officer that we're supposed to have for each resident here in the city, we're supposed to have for that amount of people right now around 80 or 85 police officers, and we only have 44. And that's a very hard work for them to take care of everybody in the city. Please, I think the police department deserve, to be better because they're doing a great job. I see a lot of improvement here in the last 2 months. Thank you, Chief. If I can say thank you to him. Thank you, Chief, because I see a lot of action between Shadasar, the point out there. My God, man, they really disappear from there. And the gas station, from 27. And this is the way that we're going to make the city safe, clean, and make people to come here and visiting. And that's one of my goals. I need more police officers in the city. Thank you.
So with regards to hiring police officers, we do have vacancies, and I did include it in my biweekly report to you. We do have candidates that have already gone through the process. They're being reviewed by the chief of police. So we will be onboarding additional officers very soon.
Oh, that's good. That's good to know. Including also, like my police department. Can I say that, Mr. Mayor, like that? My police department in the city. Yeah, I need to see them when everything that they need to make the city safe. We're talking about if they need horses, they need motorcycle, they need bikes. Let's supply with that, please. Thank you, my manager.
Just to piggyback, just real quick. I know I asked them to put in the budget about recruitment. That every year we are to recruit. I wanted to recruit 2 officers to put them through the academy. Where are we with that? Is that program? Have we initiated that program, or did we?
No, but I will be speaking to the budget analyst about that.
Okay. And if I would like to see horses for Commissioner Santiago's police department. She said no, she's not in the budget. Any other questions for the manager?
Just quickly, just one question. In regards to the water break on Saturday, I know anything above 25,000 comes back to us. Do you have any idea how much that costs?
According to Mr. Austin, I asked him as I was coming into this meeting, it is below the $25,000 threshold.
Even with divers?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks.
If that change, I will inform the commission right away. But as of right now, that number is below 25,000.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions or concerns to the manager?
One
Go ahead.
one thing really quickly. When did we do Friday? Last week, Friday, on my way to Siegel Park, I happened to pass by the canals.
I had that in my report too.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, y'all did that.
It was beautiful. It was, I was like, hold on, let me look again. I was like, Okay. Very nice. Thank you.
All right. Anything else?
Mr. Mayor.
Commissioner, Vice Mayor Kelly?
Yeah, all this love, it's just, let me bring y'all back to reality. No, I appreciate the efforts of everything you're doing, Madam Manager. Couple of things, and I do see it in your report for some of the improvements with the basketball courts and at Ingram and Shabandi, and some concerns raised about parks from my colleague. I want to ask a question, and I guess the attorney can keep me on track if necessary. Last year we had several investigations going on in the city that we couldn't say anything about, couldn't do anything about. We're waiting on those investigations to conclude. Have they been concluded yet? And Madam Attorney, keep me on board, because if they've been concluded, as much as can be given to us, I want to know what the findings were, because we had, well, I'll say me, I had concerns about some of the processes and things that were done, and the only thing we were told is it's ongoing investigation, so we could not ask anything or be told anything, et cetera. So if they're complete, I'd like to be able to get whatever reports that can be released to the commission. Well, I want it. I don't know if anybody else want it, but I'd like to have it. And you can work with the attorney, Madam Manager, what you can release to us or can't release. But there was a whole lot of can't say this, can't do this, can't whatever, because everything is investigated. And now it appears, I guess, they should be done if they haven't been. But if they are, I'd like to see what the results, because there were a lot of things were said, or at least insinuated in some of those comments before the meeting and before the public. And so I want to know what those actually came to be. The other part is, while we do need officers and we need staff and we need folks hired, it's not just hiring, but it's also retaining. It's not just hiring, it's also retaining. And I'll speak to you more on that so we can move along with the meeting. But thank you for the report. As always, you got my full support. And what I said earlier still stands now. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
All right, and Madam Manager, mine's is real quick. The only thing I'm gonna ask, 'cause I know we're getting ready to go into budget season. I know we have to put it in the new budget, but I want to complete Shabandi Village, the back part. It needs to be paved, and I've been asking for that for the longest. It's just gravel. Also, well, she already said about the canal. Good job. And today, when I was coming into the city on the welcome sign, I see that you all are restoring it, and the FDOT project is somewhat complete. So kudos. It really looks nice. And I know it's not complete, but it stands out, and you can see it a mile away. All right. The only other concern that I have on 135th Street and 27th Avenue, they blocked off the road right there. And what are they putting there? It was blocked off for maybe about a week, every night for about a week. 135th, 27th Avenue.
Oh, that's the
By the
bridge.
mobile gas station?
By the bridge. The bridge. It was the bridge.
Yeah.
Is that FDOT?
Is that a part of the FDOT program? You can say it from there, yes or no.
It's a major repair.
Is a part of the FDOT program?
Yeah.
Pedestrian friendly. Okay. Yeah, I just
That's a
wanted to
mess,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, and is that completed? Because I know every night for about, it's still going on. Okay, and I think they start around at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock or something. They block the street off. You got to go all the way
I
around.
did see them at night as well.
Yeah,
so.
okay. All right. And I will say this, Madam Manager, you were on the phone the other day. You did something. You were riding around the city and going through the parks. And you be everywhere, man. And you were able to, when you were, as like Commissioner Irvin do, policing the streets, and you, along with the police department, saw something that happened, and we were on the phone at that time, and you hung up on me to fix it. But kudos to you and the police department for jumping in, because that's our part and our children. So yeah, it could have went another way, but y'all intercepted it. So shout out to you all. Thank you for that. The only thing one criticism, the report, and I asked this before, can you provide it prior to the meeting, like the day before?
Yes.
That's the only thing I asked.
Yes.
One criticism.
Yes.
That's it. All right, all right. Do we? I don't see any boards here, so no official board reports. We can go to the what? You sure can have my water.
Thank you, sir.
We're going into the commission reports. Commissioner Bass, I know you got to go, so we'll start with you.
Thank you. I just want to say to our residents, let me apologize for the event that we had as it relates to what is it called again? Edixie, the class that we had. It was not intended for the whole community. It was only intended for 15 total students from 3 of our schools. But because of the feedback that we received, we will be doing it again on May the 3rd. We have had countless inquiries about our residents want to be a part of it, and even some of our staff members. So with that being said, look forward to see the information coming out where you can register for that class. And one
Is it
more
gonna be at
thing.
the same time it was? It was really nice, by the way. Got it.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Yeah.
Same time.
I'm not sure yet. We're
Okay.
working
But
with
you keep us-
scheduling first,
Okay.
and then we will go further. And I also want to thank Queens Academy, who contacted me to have this event along with Jay Savoy. And those are partners that are valuable to what we do in our city. So I just want to say thank you for that. Oh, and also on the 5th, which is the first Saturday, Commissioner Santiago and myself will be hosting checkers along with chess. So you're more than welcome to
Checker.
come.
Chet and domino.
Oh, and he says and dominoes, which
Checkers.
yeah,
chess, and
at the park,
dominoes.
from 12 to 1:30.
It's a
Thank
game
you.
night or just?
Domino is a good game. You can go. I can challenge you with that.
That's it.
Or
Thank you.
chess.
Thank you.
Ask her. I
Oh,
can
by the
chess.
way, one more thing. Karaoke. I enjoyed myself.
All right, Commissioner Santiago.
Thank you. Yeah, I heard about the karaoke. I lost the karaoke because I've been working that night, whole night up to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry. But they say that's beautiful. Yeah, next time I'm gonna be there, you're gonna see me singing. Oh yeah.
You got your boots on the ground.
For sure. Okay, yeah. For my report, the only thing that I can say, I want to say thank you to Madam Manager and Madam Clerk for all the help that I have in the initiative for the meetings that we have for my 4th of July event. I think that we're going there and we're going to have a good one this year. Like I say, I know, but I tried to do it better, Madam Irving.
Okay,
Well, please.
okay.
Let me join that.
I'm just letting it be, for the record, let it be known.
I know, no. We have a beautiful last year. I know, I understand that. But we try to do, we try to do it, and let's put it like that, better and bigger than everything. Okay. And the only thing is that I wanted to announce that I planning to not use any funding for the city. That thing, it's a budget there, but that happened when I not be there. But I love to do that to not cost for the city. I'm gonna be talking to the city attorney about that soon, and I think that is gonna be a great event for the city. The next one, and yes, I'd like to say thank you to Commissioner Bass to make me the co-sponsor for chess, domino, and what is the other one? Oh, checkers. Okay. Yes. And I think that we're gonna have the 5th a very good event because it's a lot of people already told me and called me that they're coming. They're coming in. We're gonna have a full house. And I don't think that it's gonna be for an hour and a half. Maybe it's gonna be a little longer. Just be prepared. Okay, that day you're gonna play with me in front of everybody. Chess. Okay. Thank you. This is my report for now.
All right. Vice Mayor Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We didn't meet 2 weeks ago, so I want to go back. I want to acknowledge Commissioner Santiago for hosting Dominican Republic Day celebration. I did do a video message, and I'm told by the residents they appreciated that, and so I want to thank you for hosting that event. We held our monthly farm share distribution That first Wednesday, we serviced over 300 families in a 3-hour period. We encourage residents to come early and not wait until later because it is first come, first served while supplies last. As always, I want to thank my co-host, Mayor Taylor, Commissioner Irvin, and the support of my other colleagues, Commissioner Santiago and Commissioner Bass, um, feeding South Florida, which I'll mention in a moment. But just because it's so quick, Farm Share will take place next Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. as well. We attended the Florida Black Caucus local elected officials conference in Orlando uh, earlier this month. The annual conference really towards the end of last month, the annual conference for elected officials discussing issues that we all face in this political climate. And of course, I shared the information with the ICM. I was also honored to represent our great city at the Florida League of Cities leadership class, which was an invitation process. I was proud to be a part of that body for officials across the state of Florida that took place up in Orlando. And I also want to just acknowledge, because he probably not going to do it, to acknowledge our mayor who was elected part of the leadership of the Florida Black Caucus as parliamentarian. So I want to acknowledge you and for your leadership. And you can meet me at Longhorn later for pay me for that. But no, we need to recognize, always good, we can show the leadership that exists here in our city. So I want to commend you for that. We, of course, hosted our monthly Meet Me Monday at the church, Pastor Cruz Church, highlighting various serious departments. And Madam Manager, I want to thank you for the departments that presented and answered questions. The readers were there. We're really appreciative of that. We're going to continue to do that in the coming months if you so desire. I want to thank all of the officers that participated really with that, the clerk's office for making that happen as always with us for Meet Me Monday, and the police department for always being there as well. Of course, we did have our Feeding South Florida distribution last Friday, the first time component with several resource vendors, including those there for housing, early childhood education, the DMV on wheels, and of course, HR was there as well for those who were looking for job opportunities. As always, I'd like to thank all of my colleagues for being supportive, my co-host, Commissioner Irvin and the mayor, and really the entire commission for their support and making that initiative so great. I want to also say for the record, unfortunately, Mr. Mayor and Commissioner Santiago, I will not be in attendance this Saturday for the Women's History Brunch. I certainly salute our leaders here on the commission, all of the honorees, including the two that I have selected, former Commissioner Jordan and former Commissioner Rose Titus. I won't be able to be there, and also to salute all of our female employees as well. I'll be out of town funeralizing one of my longtime members, so I will not be in town. But I know the mayor and Commissioner Santiago will host a wonderful salute and tribute for our lady employees, those who attend for the brunch, and of course, the honorees. So having said that, Mr. Mayor, I'm going to stop right there and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Vice Mayor Kelly. So we're moving on real quick. I just want to say that.
I thought you. I was trying to say I was too long. He forgot.
I gotta use the bathroom. Yeah.
Always.
Go ahead, Commissioner. I'm sorry.
I'm making it as fast as I can. I want to say thank you. I had one of our old time residents come to my job to say thank you. She was at Walmart and saw our freebie card that said Opa-locka. So she talked to the guy and got all the, and she's a bus rider. And she's like, Miss Diana is her name. And she was like, I I got all the information. He gave me everything. I don't have to catch that 32 bus no more. I don't have to do, I can just call them. They go pick me up from my house and take me to Walmart. And I was like, yep, that's exactly how it goes. And when leaving my office, she said, I'm just gonna call Freebie to just drop me home. Hey, do what you do. So she could not thank me enough. I was like, well, that's a collective effort. So I just want to share the resident excitement.
In South Florida too, they got a ride.
Yeah, yeah, they did. They were there. They were at Phoenix, South Florida in freebie cars. Also, karaoke was amazing. I want to thank everybody. Thanks to the staff that did their part. Even though they said they were gonna sing, they chickened out. But
I'm not a chicken.
so, no, not you.
Oh.
And the other participants, the vendors that were there, my colleagues that came out to support. Those of you that didn't see, of course, you haven't seen any pictures yet because none is on social media. But baby, them shoes that our city manager had on,
We don't have no social media there.
baby, she had her boots on the ground, baby. They were definitely on the ground. Some of you may know my story, some of you didn't, but in 2020, my life was turned upside down for a long time. And if you know me, you also know that I walk with a limp at times as well. So this Saturday, I totally stepped outside of my comfort zone.
Come on.
And I attended the 5K walk. Thanks to our ex-employee Angelina for helping me get through it. I said, I have passed my truck twice. I passed my street twice. And y'all want me to keep walking? My limit is 1.5 miles. She was like, but we're almost there. We're almost there. Yes. So I want you guys to know I came dead last. Dead last. But I did it and I was happy. Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, for having me being able to participate in that walk with you. I really appreciate it. Bingo. Bingo was amazing. Our theme, of course, was Western. Our residents and friends, they came dressed for the occasion. They had their jeans and their cowboy stuff and their hats. We gave them peanuts and popcorn and hot dogs, and they really, really was excited. And even my officer New York had on his cowboy hat. At both bingo and karaoke, I may add. Yes. And I would like to say again to our officers, thank you so much for making us proud for what you do, not just on the clock, but what you do off the clock. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I thank you all. When I passed that scene that next day and our officers was, I didn't know exactly what had happened, but I saw so many of our officers. I'm like, hey, y'all okay? And they were like, yeah, we're fine. And then I found out later that afternoon what had happened, and to know that our officers was doing their due diligence, and beyond, really made me proud to be an Opa-lockian, if nothing else that day. Thank you all. I ask that you continue to do what you do because we bomb. Okay, you got it.
All right, so and I'm keep it brief. We took our annual trip to Tallahassee, myself, Madam City Manager, our Finance Director, and our CIP Manager, and we got great feedback from the state. And it's looking good for Opa-locka. So it's really looking good for Opa-locka. And this is the first time that we went up there and our name wasn't, Mr. Ellis will remember this, we wasn't on the blackboard. Opa-locka wasn't there. They looking at other cities. We wasn't there. But I do want to caution, Madam Manager, we know what's happening in Tallahassee and the things that are coming down the pipe. And a lot of this stuff, not only, it affects a lot of municipalities, all municipalities in the state of Florida. So we need to be cognizant of what's coming down the pipe. Doge, however, when we had a meeting, we told them we've been Doge since 2015. So we used to it. We used to it. But we still want to make sure that we are prepared for whatever is coming down the pipe. What we presented in Tallahassee, the manager will make sure that everybody has a hard copy, and then she can answer any details. And a lot of stuff will be coming back in legislation form. So that's the quick on the financial oversight. So I also want to say the 5K run walk, shout out to the police department chief, who did not walk at all. He rode a bike. He rode a bike. Whatever. He rode a bike, but he was there. And the other officers that drove their cars, they didn't ride. Cooney, Law, New York. But they were so excited to do it. And finished, y'all. Act like they was done. Beat us down. But they drove their cars. We're not giving you a trophy. Until Commissioner Irvin that came out, it was a great time. This is, I bet, one of the biggest ones we had. It was 70, almost 80 something people, and we were able to patronize a business here in the city of Opa-locka. So it was great, and it was a lot of Opa-locka residents that participated. That's what I love. And they were here at 6:30 in the morning, and we were, these streets were full of people. So also, I just want to say that the freebie program, Madam Manager, the ribbon cutting was nice. It was beautiful. And I'm happy that I see these cars around, kids talking how they get to Miami-Dade, get to school on time, and we're loving it. So that's that. This Saturday, Vice Mayor Keller already mentioned it. We're having our Hatitude brunch. So we're asking that everybody come out. Everybody's invited. It's free. I promise it won't be all day. We just want to make sure we're honoring our women, the women of the city of Opa-locka. So meet us there on Saturday at Shabundi Village. And last but not least, Ashley wants me to announce, that's that girl right there, that the scholarships are available until May 2nd. So if you know of any seniors in the city of Opa-locka, we're asking them to apply. And sometimes we don't seem to get a lot of participation when it comes down to our scholarships. But this year we want to make sure that all of our seniors are getting the information. So I know she put it through our feeder pattern schools, which was it HML and Miami Central. So our residents know that the scholarship is available for them. So other than that, I am done. Thank you all. I'm done. My report is done. So, Madam Manager, we're not doing any official board appointments at the time, right?
Correct.
That's your recommendation still? Okay. So, and we're gonna move, can I get a motion to adjourn?
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Santiago.
Second.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Irvin. This meeting is adjourned. Again, happy Women's History Month, and we'll see you next commission meeting.